What if you could break your PSAP on purpose and do it on a Tuesday afternoon without calling mutual aid or writing an after-action report? What if you could flood your center with calls, crash your CAD, misroute your GIS layers, understaff your shift, and throw in a fiber cut and learn from it without anyone getting hurt? Welcome to SIMCITY PSAP Edition, where virtual dispatch worlds can become the training ground for real-world readiness. Stick around, that's coming up next on TiPS, Today in Public Safety.
Welcome to TiPS, Today in Public Safety, your go-to podcast for today's breaking stories and public safety news. Here's your host, Fletch, with today's tips.
So picture this. You're sitting in a virtual PSAP. The phones light up. A multi-vehicle crash, a cardiac arrest, a school alarm. Your CAD gets slow. And suddenly, your best call taker calls out sick after getting some bad Chinese food from Foos. But no lives are at risk and no headlines are scheduled for tomorrow. And you don't have that stress ulcer forming in real time. But every decision that you make, tracked, scored, replayable, but it's not a video game. It's the future of dispatcher training. Welcome to TiPS, Today in Public Safety. This is Fletch. I'm an EMP, a longtime 911 troublemaker, and your guide through the weird, wonderful, and occasionally terrifying future of emergency communications. We've talked about AI, we've talked about simulation, and we've talked about digital twins. But today, we're connecting the dots. Because something interesting is happening in public safety training. We're quickly moving from read the SOP to live inside the chaos. What is SIMCITY PSAP Edition? This isn't Call of Duty Dispatcher Edition. There's no points for fast hang-ups, no joystick dispatching, and you don't get points for fragging that annoying caller that asks you what time the fireworks start on July 4th. But this is a high-fidelity PSAP simulation that provides a virtual ECC, realistic call volumes, actual CAD workflows, GIS layers that fail on purpose, and staffing models that reflect reality, not budget spreadsheets. Just like SimCity taught an entire generation how municipal infrastructure collapses when you ignore water pressure and the power grids, PSAP simulations can teach dispatchers what breaks when policy, technology, and human stress all collide. Why this matters, especially now. Look, let's be honest, we don't train dispatchers the way we train pilots. Our pilots spend thousands of hours in simulators way before they get to touch real passengers. As for dispatchers, here's a headset, don't panic, press that to talk on the radio, good luck. And yet we expect dispatchers to make life or death decisions with no reset button, no pause menu, and no sandbox environment. Simulations will change all of that. Imagine you'll be able to train for an active shooter and the call floods that come in. You'll be able to experience NG911 multimedia overload. Practice your swatting skills. Maybe overcome some language barriers. Find creative ways to work around CAD outages. Push yourself with a staffing collapse. Deal with seasonal weather disasters. And figure out what to do when you get a GIS boundary failure. And the best part is you're doing all of this before they happen for real. The real power. Decision consequences. Here's where this can get really interesting. In a simulated PSAP world, bad decisions don't kill people, but they do show outcomes. Delay a call transfer, you'll see a time degradation. Misroute units, and you'll see the cascading failures. Ignore caller behavioral cues, you'll see escalation. You see, this isn't punishment, it's muscle memory training. Then when the real-world chaos hits, your brain recognizes the pattern and helps you deal with it. AI as the game master. Now let's throw a little AI into the mix, because everybody does. But we're not replacing dispatchers, we're challenging them. AI will read the room and then dynamically adjust call volumes, throw in some funky curveballs, escalate caller panic, and surreptitiously inject misinformation, and create scenarios that'll stress test your SOP compliance. Think of it as Dungeon Master for public safety. Every single scenario is different. Every run-through teaches something new, and in the end, you get better. Not just training, hiring, wellness, and retention. Now here's the part no one really talks about enough. Simulation isn't just training. It's great for candidate screening, skill validation, and burnout prevention. You'll quickly see who thrives under pressure, who freezes, who adapts, and who needs support. And the best part is that you're going to do it before they hit the live floor. That saves money, that saves careers, and sometimes it just might save lives. This isn't a game. This is readiness. So let me be crystal clear about one thing here. Calling this SimCity PSAP Edition is catchy, but this isn't about entertainment. This is operational rehearsal. It's no different than fire drills, it's just like a tabletop exercise. And it's just like cyber range testing. The main difference here? We can make this one feel real enough to matter. Public safety has always been reactive. We respond, we adapt, we debrief afterwards. A good simulation lets us fail forward, safely, intentionally, and intelligently. Our future PSAP won't just answer calls. It'll train continuously inside virtual worlds, so the real world is never the first time something goes wrong. And that is a game worth playing. That wraps up today's episode of TiPS Today in Public Safety. I hope you learned something new and gained a few differences of opinion. For more updates and insights, follow me on social media at Fletch911. You can visit 911tips.com for a complete archive of all of our previous episodes. Check out my blogs at Fletch.tv and all my professional work at Fletch911.com. Stay safe, thanks so much for listening, and if you're in public safety, thanks for what you do every single day. And if you see me in the virtual world, don't frag me too hard.
You've been listening to TiPS Today in Public Safety, your go-to podcast for today's breaking stories and public safety news. Hosted by Fletch and available every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Catch past episodes on 911tips.com. Be sure to like and subscribe, and remember to join us each week for the latest on NG 911. I am Spider Harrison, the official 911 voiceover dude. Catch me on Sirius XM on various channels, including 90s on 9, the 10 spot, and on the weekend countdown on Hits 1. Or don't regret it for the rest of your life. Either way, I'm